What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video we're going to be talking about probably one of the hardest champions to get in this entire game for a free-to-play player. Of course there's going to be many, but you know, in this game some champions are actually accessible to every player. It just takes time. In this case, this might be the champion that takes the most time in the game. We're going to go over her real quick. I'm going to see my progress on her, and we'll just do a quick look over of what she actually does. So let's jump right into it. All right, guys. So what I'm talking about here is actually the Plarium Points Program Champion. I haven't really never done a showcase on her or anything, but here she is. It's Searsha. Where is she? Searsha, the Charred Fragment. So Searsha is a Sylvan Watcher champion, and I believe she, in the lore, she's supposed to be like the twin of Elva Autumnborn, where Elva is like the giver of, you know, nature and all that stuff, and then Searsha is like basically the, you know, the charred, burning version of the forest, I guess. But in terms of her overall kit, she's very, very underwhelming, especially by today's standards. She was introduced back in May 2023. So back then, in May, she was already kind of underwhelming, and you know, it's 2024, nearing the last quarter, and she is even worse today. So going over her kit real quick, her A1 is not bad. It's a triple hit, has a chance to increase duration on A1, so an HP burn. It's like Artak has an A1 AoE, chance to increase duration. So this is kind of similar. It's not bad. Maybe even better in some spots than Artak, but not bad. Her A2 is freaking horrendous. 4-turn cooldown, not 100% chance to place HP burn, and that's it. It's a 4-turn cooldown AoE HP burn. You need 4 books to guarantee that it lands 100% of the time. I mean, you know, you got guys like Artak placing HP burn on 3 turns, among other things, and detonating it themselves. So why is this move here? This should be at least a 3-turn cooldown. Maybe it should have additional benefits as well. Her kit is basically revolving around turn meter as well, so why not have a turn meter drop on this? But this A2 is just freaking horrendous for a legendary, let alone a legendary. It's probably horrendous for an epic. But anyways, her A3 attacks all enemies, decrease turn meter of all enemies by 15%, decrease the turn meters by under HP burn by an additional 15%. 4-turn cooldown, again horrendous. This is absolutely horrendous. I mean, it should be an attack enemy, maybe like, you know, detonate all HP burns. I don't know. It should be something else, but it's really bad. She has 2 4-turn AoEs, and they're really bad. They're just low quality 4-turn AoEs. Her passive is when she is attacked, she heals, and then she instantly activates HP burn debuffs on the attacker. Small chance, 25% fully booked. It's not enough for this champion, especially for how hard it is to actually get this champion. Base stats look, you know, average. But for myself, as a fully free-to-play player, it's incredibly difficult to get this champion. So quickly look over the points here. I'll move my head. You can kind of see here I'm at 12,700. You need 25,000 points to get all the fragments required for Searsha, and then we'll get the champions, and then we'll start working towards the artifacts and accessories. Like by the time we get these artifact sets, they'll be completely obsolete, because like we're getting what, 4 pieces of perception here, 2 pieces of two regular rings. Like it'll be completely obsolete. You know, like we got 4 pieces of accuracy gear. Who cares, right? And then we have the champion soul up to a 4-star soul. I mean, it's something. But look at the progress that I've made in the, you know, 15 months roughly that she has been released. In 15 months, I made it halfway through her fragments. So it's literally going to take me about just under 3 years, 2.5, 3 years to get her. And then it's going to probably take me another 2 years to get the artifact section. And then probably another 2.5, 3 years to get the champion souls. So the way you get the player points is you can get them daily. So you get them here, you get them daily. You get 6 here, you get 9 daily. And of course you get them during like certain events, and you know, they're kind of like, you know, sweetener prizes. Sometimes you can get them along the way on like Deck of Fate and Heroes Path and all that stuff, but less so lately. But yeah, this is obviously, it's for, it's to reward, not really reward, but it's to incentivize people into spending, especially for player and play. But yeah, for a free to play player, this is one of the hardest champions to get in this entire game. That is actually gettable. Like I would say, Carnage from Centranos is much easier to get than Searsha for a free to play player. Like for example, like obviously I'm pretty end game, and I'm gonna get Carnage next rotation. Yeah, I'm gonna get Carnage next rotation, and I'm at 20 points away. I'm 20 points away. I'm gonna get Carnage on the next rotation. I don't think I can do it this rotation because obviously clearing this all the way to the end is going to be extremely difficult. So the 101 I've never done before. The most I've done was 98. But yeah, I've never really like full all in tried to do it. It's just the grinding is just kind of ridiculous, looking for the right RNG. And then I've only cleared the 12 awakened stages once, so it's actually quite difficult for me. But hey, I'm going to get Carnage before I'm going to get Searsha, way before I'm going to get Searsha, by the way. So yeah, I was just, for me, I totally forgot about this champion, and she is very forgettable until somebody brought it up in my Discord asking me how my progress is for this champion. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a good question. I actually never really even bothered looking at it because she was so far into the distance that I've never even cared to look at her. But preliminary reviews on her were pretty bad. And yeah, just looking at her kit again, it is pretty bad. Like, we're talking worse than most epics, right? So it's kind of interesting that you put a champion like this at the very end here. I know some people have her, but I'm sure she doesn't see any play at all. She doesn't bring anything special enough that makes her playable. So she's purely just a collector item at this point. That's pretty unfortunate. You can definitely put, at least something here that's worth chasing, but maybe player feels that people will spend money anyways. They don't need to incentivize you anymore to spend money, which is interesting too, right? But to me, like, she's accessible in game, but she's probably the hardest one to get. There's other hard champions to get in this game. Like, for example, like Ramontu is very difficult, potentially not achievable for some people. Arbiter is obviously very hard to get in the beginning. Marius is also very hard to get, a high difficulty level champion. But you know what? Marius is really good. Ramontu is really good. Arbiter is really good. Even somebody like Mithrala. Mithrala is actually not that hard to get, but she's really, really good, right? She's like insanely good. Same goes for Lydia. Lydia is obviously very hard to get for some people because, there's so many factions. You need a big roster. You need a lot of time to grind through the stages. But you know what? Lydia is really, really good. When you get her, she's really worth it. So she's really good. But yeah, like I feel like this champion is just complete nothing. It's a nothing champion. But anyways, it was kind of cool just to look it over and then just realize that I'm roughly about halfway, and she's been released for over 15 months. So maybe in another 15 months we'll do a showcase on her, and then we'll see how her kit ages compared to the rest of the game, I guess. But yeah, pretty insane. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below how far you guys are on Searsha, if you guys still looking to get her. Obviously, some people will have her already, especially if you guys have been spending money, of course. This program rewards spenders. But yeah, if you guys are low spend or free to play or whatever, let me know how many points you guys have in the comments below. I'll be interested in finding out. Do you guys care about this champion at all? Do you guys look forward to any kind of buffs or anything like that? I would expect some buffs, drop her AoEs to 3-turn cooldown. That would be a start. But it's not a high priority for Plarium at all. So anyways, guys, just a quick video about her and the progress on her. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.